So we're going to go ahead and press record. This is going to be pretty open, and a pretty open dialogue. I want your all's opinions because we are at a crossroads right now, and I know everybody's feeling it because as much as we are pouring into this group that we're doing, right, this is our 4th month. So it's like we did November, December, January, February, and even though we're mixing it up, and even though these are paid customers, and I'm so proud of you guys for giving them more content and for really like, I didn't even know that the nutrition app for Beachbody had been updated. Miranda let me in on that. I didn't know that there were so many other tools and resources out there, and you guys have brought that to this group. So I really appreciate that, and I think we need to keep that merriment going, but I think it's time to break into other directions. I'm not saying everybody has to break into other directions, but I think that we need a little test month. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're hearing from our people. We know what they need. We know what we need, right? Because part of it has to be fulfilling our purpose and ourself. It can't just be about all the others, or else then we're doing all those things that we tell people to not do, right? Like we're forgetting about what we want, right? So mom's taking a picture, I think. No. Okay. She's muted.
No, I was just saying I was watching Rachel twirl like the Italian that she is. I loved it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. So just like, I think that we need to be true to ourselves this month, whatever that looks like. And I think if people aren't super comfortable with doing their own group, by all means, jump in on something that, you know, really appeals to you and you feel good about. I wanted to kind of pitch what I'm going to be doing, and then I want to take it out to you guys. I want to see what you guys are doing, what you're thinking. We can all kind of spitball. It could be a brainstorming session. But for me, I'm going to be starting on the 5th. I'm looking at the wall calendar. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, the 4th of March. And I want to be doing something focused on cleaning things out. Like it could be literally like, I'm going to call it spring cleaning. And it's going to be with the premise it can be free or it can be paid. I think I haven't quite like nailed down how I want to make like a parameter. I might say you have to do like at least a Shakeology sampler, you know what I mean? Like something to be able to do it. But I want it to be more about like cleaning out your mind, cleaning out your body, cleaning out your negative thoughts, cleaning out your closets if you need to, you know what I mean? Just kind of like getting like, February is hard. Because like in December it's cold, but you're like, oh, the holidays. In January it's cold, but you're like, oh, the new year. February is hard for people, right? Like, because we're still cold and it's still gray outside and it's still not spring yet. So I think people are like itching for that like purge. You know what I mean? And so I was talking to mom, trying to like work my way through it. And I was thinking about how like, I don't even know if I'm going to have it be like a clean eating post, a food post, and a bonus post. I think it might, like my 2 to 3 posts a day might be something more related to like, here's how you can clean out your mind. Here's a clean eating tip. Here's something about, you know, like cleaning out your body, like of junk and toxins and movement related. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's going to be all about like pushing aside the negative and like bringing forth like a lighter self. You know what I mean? Like from the inside out. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm thinking. I don't really know the parameters around it yet, but maybe talking and hearing from you guys will help me with that. But I don't want to get stuck. But don't take that bite, Rachel. I don't want to get stuck. I'm going to take a picture before we get to the end. And we're like, oh my God, picture. Okay, Brittany, do your side or whatever you need to do.
Got it.
Okay, ready? Now do a crazy picture. You didn't do crazy, guys. Hold on, I want to do a boomerang because I see people do that. I see people do that and I never do it. So we got to do, everybody like strike some kind of weird pose. I'm going to boomerang this. Ready? Go. Oh, that's super cute. I like it. Okay, cool. All right. Who else has got a plan or some ideas flowing, or what do you want to talk through tonight? Go, Brittany, go.
Okay, so there are a couple of things that I want to do. So first of all, I'm jumping back into 80-day obsession after this ends. I miss it. Like it's my life. Like it's 100% my soulmate program.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm jumping back into that. I know I have like a couple of my challengers who are jumping in with me. But I want to try to figure out a way to launch that. But if I'm starting that soon, then it's like, do I give people enough time get their stuff. So I kind of have to toy with the idea of like the start date on that. It might even be the second week of March instead of the first week, just to give people time. But I also want to tie something else in, because I think the hardest part about getting people, and I've said this 1,000 times, getting them in and like getting them to keep going, is that mental transformation. And like part of it is the workouts, but part of it too is like they have to transform their thoughts. And as much as the trainers do that, like I think the biggest change for me has been listening to my personal development, and that helps me keep going with everything. So I'm kind of wanting to tie in almost like a book club or podcast, like audiobook, something into it. I don't know if it'd be too much, because 80-day obsession is an hour. And so they might be like, okay, you want me to give you an hour of the workouts and this at the same time. So I don't know how to join that in, but that's kind of where I am. Or maybe I do like a book club on the side, and then I do, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's just
I
kind
like
of my thought.
I like either idea, but I think if you're going to combine them, I think you have to do like small pieces, like a chapter a week or something like that. You know what I mean? That way it'll give people, but you got 80 days. So it's like,
So we have
that's
the
a good long
to get it
time
done.
period for people to be able to have to work through it with you.
Yeah. But the other problem I have too is I have like 3 people who have signed up with the annual bot subscription like this past week, and I don't want to just dump them because they're not doing 80-day obsession. A lot of them are doing 21-day fix, or they're jumping back into Lift 4. And so I'm kind of trying to figure out how I meet their needs, because a lot of them like the accountability groups. So then, you know what I'm saying?
So here's something that I can propose too, because I know in the past it's been like, take care of your people. And I totally agree that we need to still take care of our people, but some people have no people, and some people have people that are not interested in doing the things that they're doing, right? So maybe my group might be a better fit for your 3. My only ask is that like anybody who comes into my group, you have like set calls or set messages or set whatever with your people, to keep checking in with them and being like, how's Ashley's group going? Or how are you doing this week? You know, so that way it's not like they're waiting.
With the Lift 4 group. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Rach, were you going to say something about the book thing?
Yeah, I mean, I just can offer up to the group because this is my world, right?
Yeah.
Like if you ever need ideas or you need me to come on and speak about a topic or something, like, that I need to, promote myself. But I'm happy to help out because this is what I do.
I would love that.
So just know that the offer exists.
Thanks, friend.
I'm wondering if like I want to incorporate, like I've been getting really into like mindfulness, and I'm wondering if I want to incorporate like a mindful minute or something in the morning, or like some kind of like, what is the thing where it's like the morning, like so many people do it, the morning
affirmations.
Yeah, but it's like, it's like rhymey. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Mantra?
I don't know. I'll ask Sarah Nelson because she's like the whatever morning, and I'm like, what is, I don't know. But
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like it's something where like basically it's like starting you with purpose from the beginning of the day. And so that might be like, I don't know, guys. I'll figure it out. Thanks for trying to help.
This is, again, I have so much stuff in this area for anyone.
Yeah.
Just reach out if you need.
Rachel's going to be guest host on all of our groups.
She's really supporting us, not our challengers.
Yeah. I'm loving it,
Poor girl. I have to like, before we have any of our calls, I have to be like, Ashley, get yours together, because you can't like make this a therapy session with Rachel. Like you can't. This is about her, and you can't make this about you, right? Like that's what I have to do every time. What else?
I was considering doing a free group. And when I say free, it would only be like 10 to 14 days, just to try and get some new people. You guys all know my people are horrid. They're just like, it's like they either will buy into it, which is a few, or they want you to just babysit them, or they're not going to invest. And I'm trying to look for new people who maybe will be people that will move from that step to the next. But I'm kicking around 2 different ideas also. I'm thinking actually about posting a picture later. I didn't want to do anything until I talked to you guys. I had 2 ideas. One would be just strictly some type of a recipe group where it would be healthy-ish, at least, recipes, and it not be anything too, because everybody across the board complains about the meal part of this,
Right.
you know. So I thought about that, and I also thought about asking them, would you prefer having a group like a recipe type group? And it's ironic Brittany brought it up, or I thought maybe Girl Wash Your Face group.
Yes, I'll do it with you.
You know, I have not even finished that book yet, so I
That's
thought,
okay.
I'm not going to finish it. Maybe I'll just do it with some people.
I like the feedback that you're getting too, because like people are being honest about it. I know Chelsea commented about that. Mom did a post with a cover. Rachel was like, yeah, I have mixed feelings. And I was like, I think a lot of it, I was in a pretty confident place, so I could skip over a lot of it. Like I was like, yeah. I listened to the whole thing. But I was like, yeah, I get that. I know how to pull myself out of that. I never had that struggle, whatever. But there were some parts that met me like genuinely right where I was at. And I know Michelle like cried through all of it because she was going through like all this postpartum mom guilt, all this, you know what I mean? So I think that it could really hit a bunch of people if you do that.
Yeah.
So I thought, like I said, I thought about putting, would you be more interested in this versus this, and to see what kind of reaction I got from my people to see, you know, of course, if everybody's like, please do the food or whatever, I'd be more prone to that. Then I would want to do that. So
Now, sorry, can I interrupt?
No, go
you for
ahead.
2 seconds? So I don't know if who all jumped in on the autumn call, but
Yes.
I'm like, so excited. I love her. First of all, I'm like uber creep with her because I love her so much.
Oh my gosh, she
Don't
was
judge me.
shaking. It's Super Saturday, guys. Like it was.
I really was. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so close to her. And then I was like, I touched her. Okay, it's fine. I'm going to calm down now.
Everybody be cool.
So much.
Normal day.
Everybody be cool. It's fine. So I'm definitely going to go. I don't know if I'm going to do like the master version that she has, but I'm definitely going to get it, like to at least purchase. And I might even do the first month just to see what that looks like. And for those who weren't on the call, she's kind of revamped Fixate, and she's teaching like the mindfulness that To Be Mindset has, and just her with her portion control, as opposed to having like the preset like plating. You still use your containers, but it's digging into the same thing that Alana does with breastfeeding and pregnancy, and like how to fuel your body, and like
Family
stress eater, right? And like
she's
even for
opening it up.
kids.
Mhm.
Yeah, even for kids. And she's like, I want to make it clear, like, this is not a diet thing for your child. This is just how do you fuel
Healthy
your
food.
child, right?
Mhm.
So I'm contemplating starting a group with that towards the end of March. I don't know if I want to wait until April. I'm thinking I might start that sooner, because people can pair that in no matter what program they're doing. It's the same thing as To Be Mindset. Like, you just go in with that and apply it to everything else. So thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, so I'm going to be doing the certification package.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go master series because that's like $20 additional a month. And I don't know. I just don't feel like it's going to add a lot of value. If somebody does want to go in on that on the team, I think that'd be great, because that would be access to resources. It's just not going to work for me. But I want to do the certification. She said that it takes between 2 and 3 weeks max to do it. And so it's going to go on sale. They're going to start doing that before before the big group starts. And so like my plan was to start really hitting the ground running with that, and whenever they release it, so like mid-March, and then make sure that I'm ready for that first group on April 1st. So March is going to be kind of fun, whimsical, get rid of the negative, and then really start that system in March, probably in April and in May. I might do, my plan is probably to do Transform 20. I don't know what that looks like in terms of my groups, but like I want to try Transform 20 before Summit, because then afterward it's going to be the Jericho program. So
I'm in on that. Nothing's holding me back from that.
Yeah. Well, and I was saying too, though, we got to be careful. I was talking to Becca, our call yesterday, where I was like, I totally love, like, and I think a lot of us are going to be in on that program. And we also need to be mindful of the fact that a lot of people might not be on that program, and we don't want to make it like the Cool Girls Club doing that program. So we might have to split at that point, like into 2 different groups or something. So that if we're doing a community at that point, like if we're not doing it exclusively as 100 Meltdown, if we're doing like a big community again at that point in the year, because that'll be July, August, we want to make sure that we're not like, look at us all doing the same program and you're not. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, and the other option is to do like we've been doing with T20. We've done really well, I think, at keeping our ranting and raving to our chat and not putting it into the group so much. I mean, of course, we're all talking about T20 because that's what we're doing, just like you guys are doing whatever you're doing. But there's a lot more conversation goes on.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking like in whatever group we have, if there's 60 people and 30 of them are doing, you know what I mean? Like I'm just wondering
if it's a huge number.
If it's something like with 80-day obsession, not everybody got to do 80-day obsession at once, so that was kind of perfect, and not everybody got to do Live 4 all at once, so that was kind of perfect. I just want to be cautious. I just want to see what the numbers are like. Like no big deal.
Well, it might be worth doing a separate 100-day meltdown, morning meltdown, whatever it is.
Right.
And then
Marches will be mid-afternoon meltdown.
Right. Yeah. So, I'm kind of stuck because like I did just have these people sign up, and so I'm like, and our group ends this week. I have 2 people. Well, one specifically is starting this Monday with 21 Day Fix, and so it's like I don't want to leave her high and dry. You know what I mean? Because we're only in for one more.
Are they engaged in the fit community?
So she just bought Friday. She's already done her prepping this weekend, and she starts her workouts tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, anybody's welcome to my group. If anybody thinking about doing a side community?
So, Amen.
I mean, I have the To Be Mindset community just because.
How long is that going to run, Rach?
Well, the one that I just opened is just kind of going to be like forever.
Okay.
I don't have anyone that signed up. I have a couple people that are like kind of sort of interested. So I'm like, but the gals who did it the last time like really are like, we're missing that now.
I love it.
So, and they're having some success. So I wanted to at least get that going. Gives me a place to.
Will you do me a favor? Will you reach out to Tammy personally?
Sure. Will she respond to me?
I think she will, because Tammy's really bad about watching and not posting. She's done this forever. But she needs encouragement. And I think I've been talking to her. Are you staying in there? I'm doing okay. You know, I'm still doing mostly the plating and, you know, that kind of thing. So I think maybe if somebody else did, it might be an encouraging, it might not work. I don't know. But if you think of it, maybe tell her what you're planning and seeing, you know, hey, we'd like to have you, whatever.
Right. Oh, and I haven't asked you guys to do this yet because we've all been in the same group for so long. But when you create your group, if you wouldn't mind putting the link for that group into the Coach Family page, because that would allow Becca to see what I'm doing. I mean, even if she's not participating, she can still be a fly on the wall in my group. She could be a fly on the wall in Brittany's group or Rachel's group or whatever. You know what I mean? Like just to, that way, if you guys don't mind, if it's super private to you and you think that people would be offended by that, then please don't do that. But I know like I'm okay going public with my link, not public, but you know what I mean? Like within our coaching page so that people can kind of peek around in there as they desire, or that they can add in, you know, if you're hearing these options and you're like, man, I don't really have anybody, I don't have an idea yet, but that sounds good, you know, right? Like then just come on in, it's fine. I just think that, I think it's time to branch out a little bit for the month. But
also, has anybody thought about using the Beachbody, whatever it is, for the
challenge tracker?
Yeah. Have we contemplated that at all? Like, how do people feel about it? Has anyone used it?
I hate the tracker app.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know, I just accepted Kelly's invitation to join her group. It starts tomorrow. And her files are killer. I was just looking at, she's like, take anything you want out of it. Just, you know, whatever you want, it's there. And I'm not participating in the group. I'm just shadowing her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm hoping to get some good stuff out of there. She swears by the tracker. Ashley and I have not had real good experience with
Mom,
it.
I haven't done it in a couple years. Did they Did they update it to where it's not just Shakeology and workout? Or is it still just Shakeology and workout? Because you could log your Shakeology, you could log your workout. Is it possible if she puts like her post up, then you can comment under?
Yes, it's different, and it also includes the supplements now.
Okay.
And I mean, just go in there sometime and look.
Yeah.
If you'd like to see what Kelly has to offer, anybody, she will be glad to add you. You just got to give her your email, and she'll send you.
Don't be offended if she adds you or not, or doesn't add you. She's one of those people, like I requested her like a long time ago, and she lets everybody follow her, which is like, I mean, it's the same thing, but she doesn't want to have like a million Beachbody coaches like in her friends bank. Like we can follow her and we can watch what she's doing. But so I just want for that.
Yeah, so if you're interested in seeing how it works, maybe log into that and see, and it'll give you some education on that. And you can always message her just for the ones that were on the call, or if you want to say, you know, I'm on Marsha's or Ashley's team or whatever, so in case she doesn't know you, then she'll respond. Mm-hmm. She'll respond in Messenger too. And she does most of her work. She's out of town right now, but she does most of her work in the morning. So if she doesn't get back to you right away, she does her business hours are mostly in the morning. So there's that. Back to, I would love to do an open group. Mm-hmm. I'm just at a point right now, things are about to get really crazy for me because of musical season. If you've been around a while, you know I start living at the school here soon. So I'm hesitant to open something bigger than like a week or two.
Are you talking about like in addition to your like having multiple?
No, I mean, and instead of, I could run a free group or a accountability group for, you know, like Brittany's people or whatever. Mm-hmm. But now it's just bad timing for me. And I don't want to do it unless I can do it right. Yeah. You know, mm-hmm. But I've got people, you know, like I just sold that challenge pack last week. So I want to keep her somewhere too. Right. So it's difficult, and I can't figure out. I was just looking at the calendar before I got on trying to figure out, and it's just a bad time.
I have a thought. You just sold a challenge pack. I just have somebody starting this week. What if we run a 2-week group, right? And we don't mention that it's free. Like if people are chit-chatting about it, like they have to have the 2-week trial in order to do it. Mm-hmm. Maybe we just get people in that way. We plug the people who are continuing or finishing out a program in there, right? As kind of like a transition group. It still brings fresh blood in. And then we try it that way. And then see how it goes. And they can see the people and the benefits of the people who are implementing this, who have been doing this, alongside of people who are kind of testing the water to see what they think. I mean, it kind of gives them a sneak peek into the community without.
So then what does mid-month? No, it's okay. I'm thinking, what does mid-month look like then? Like that starts, you know, they just bought it, they're fired up, they go for 2 weeks, then what?
So then maybe at that point we look at doing, I don't mind helping you with an ongoing community, because if I'm doing 80-day obsession, I'm in for like the 80 days. So you know what I mean? Like I'm doing it. I already talked to Alex and she's good to run it with me. So, you know, you can plug in your people and still love on them or check on them as you can. And then we'll just rock the page. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
that's do like a 2 or 3 month group and just kind of like make it a community and like lessen the content. So, you know, maybe make it 3 or 4 days as opposed to 7 days a week.
Yeah. I mean, I know we had bounced that idea around too. What was it in this, not December. What did we talk? We talked about that at some point. Like how it was just becoming a lot. Like it was becoming a lot for the people who were admins in the group. Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to have anybody in it this time because even my new customers are going to be in my group. But yeah, if you guys want to take that on, I mean, that's great. Yeah. Becca and Whitney, do you guys have anything to add? I just want to make sure, because I know we're putting a lot of ideas out here and we all talk really fast. So do you guys have anything to add, or you got your thinking going?
So I've got my free group that I've told you about that I'm just kind of getting people kind of interested that have not really heard of the Beachbody On Demand. And I'm kind of introducing it to friends and coworkers as like body positivity. We talk about recipes, different workouts we're doing, motivational quotes and things. And then I'm kind of like sprinkling in some Beachbody On Demand in there. And so I like a lot of the ideas that you all have talked about. And so I'm going to maybe try to use some of those things in there. I like the idea of maybe doing a book and maybe start doing some kind of rewards for either joining the group or adding members or posting. Maybe if you've done so many workouts, let's do a $10 gift card, or I've got some like samples in that I thought about maybe sending out. So
just building that brand and building
just
that
kind of
group
building.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Whit. Because you've got some people who are working it right now. So
I don't feel ready to do a group by myself. I'll be straight up honest. Not yet. But I am willing to help in any way. I do really like the clean out in any form of. In fact, I was like, I have a couple of rooms right now that I could really.
Maybe I'll get, not that my house is clean, but maybe we can talk about cleaning and organizing tips. We can Marie Kondo this shit up in here.
Organizing, yes. Laundry. How do you do it?
Right.
Silly.
Yeah.
But I like that, and I have somebody that she had said something. She's interested in 80-day obsession, and I'm like, I enjoy Autumn and I enjoy 80-day obsession, and Ashley knows I got a lot of stuff going on right now, so an hour workout for me is not always doable.
I don't know how I survived it. Like, I don't even, because like I was so postpartum and starting like my career again. Like, I don't even know how I did it. It was hard.
And see, I want to do it, and I want to do it from day 1 to day 80, but not right now.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm planning on doing T20 again and actually dedicating from day 1 to the end for a second round.
Yeah. Well, I think it sounds like if you're wanting to come in with me, for sure. And the people, anything goes in that group. Like if people were doing a program, like I'm only going to be in week 4, I think, of Lift. So it's like, I'm not going to quit doing that. Right. So it's like people can still be doing that. It's just going to be less focused on like, here's our regimented 3 posts of the day. Even though I like that structure that we brought on way better than before, where like somebody would post a picture and you like could never find it again. It went into like the black hole of the page. Like I like the structure. Yeah. I just think we're beyond it right now.
Yeah, totally. But I am game to help out there.
Yeah. For sure. Anything else that anybody else is thinking? We have like 4.5 minutes. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I never stopped talking.
No, I just wanted to give everybody a chance, so we're good.
No, you're good. So I was just thinking about it while we were talking. But what if we do like a mindful March? Like, Marsha, what if you like when we do mindful March and we go into like things like seasonal, maybe not like seasonal depression, but like, hey, I have seasonal depression. These are things that help me be more mindful. Like, this is what gives me more energy to get up and do my workouts. Like, are you watching for this? Are you watching for that? Like, and not even like 100% the mental health aspect, but like being conscious of that stuff. And then kind of like mindful eating tips. And go ahead.
So I'm wondering though, why can't we do that on our pages? Like on our personal, like, why can't we have, like, start building those posts and building those, you know what I mean? Like those quotes and those tips and those things like that, and dump them somewhere. And that can be a part of our posting cycle. Like, it doesn't even have to be like another dedicated group, because I don't want everybody to get so overwhelmed with so much on their plate. Why don't we make that, you know how like Nicole Jones has the lady who does like the superfood ingredient, like she picks one weird, Mom did like a produce thing, like where like she focused on an ingredient. why don't we try that for the month? Like we all try to make that like one of our things, you know, whoever's interested, where you're just like, all right, guys, it's time for another Mindful Monday. You know what I mean? Mindful March or Mindful March tip or mindful, you know what I mean? And like, we can put those into our stories every once in a while. We could put those into our posting every once in a while. Bye, Jack. But it's not a thing where I just don't want anybody to be so stretched thin that they're not able to feel like they're serving their people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
I
can
see what you're
handle it
saying.
for sure.
Because I think for me, like a lot of the people that are poking their heads out and they're, you know, showing interest almost, they're dealing with like all the seasonal depression. They're dealing with postpartum depression. Like we've got a lot of people who are like, I want to do this. I don't know how to get myself to do this. And so I see what you're saying with putting like the feelers out, and that might even be a better, like I want to do a mindful March, but maybe not like the mental health aspect, but just like mindful eating tips or whatever, and kind of incorporate that into the group, but like other stuff onto the page as well to kind of double dip into it to show people like, go ahead, Mama Sparks.
We have 2 minutes.
I think I've decided what I'm going to do. I think
This is what this is for.
well, because I have so few people I have a lot of people that are interested, but they're interested in furry. Okay.
Yeah.
I have some that are working now. And I think what I'm going to do personally is I'm going to take the month, I'm going to dedicate it to working on my page, working on my post, reaching out to those people who have been sitting back and watching me. Get into a routine and a rhythm. I mean, I'm doing the same thing over and over. It's kind of like the groups. It's the same thing over and over. I want to get more experimental with that. And then I think I'm going to just open maybe a chat or something for my people, where I can motivate them, like the one who just bought now, if that's not enough for those people, then I'm going to look for other avenues. But I think for the month, you know, with everything getting ready to start happening, I think until I figure things out. Now, if somebody comes to me and says they would really like to do X, Y, Z, and I know one of you guys are doing a group, I will reach out to one of you and say, hey, you know. But I think that's what's going to happen with me at this point. And along the way, if I come up with some things, I really like the recipe idea, like a 7-day thing. And I still like the book idea. I might even decide to go ahead and do that. I don't know yet, but I need to build up my clientele more than anything right now. I need to get out there and help more people. And again, my people are not buying in.